I mean, growing up and thinking about like the fact I could play with Penn State, is still like unreal. It's like I can't wrap my mind around it.
Obviously, you were visiting Penn State just a couple of days ago. Can you kind of talk me through your visit and what stood out to you about Penn State?
So I got there on Thursday, like Thursday nightish. I went to the hockey game there against Wisconsin. I went with both Coach Mauser and Coach I don't know how to say his last name. It's really long, but Coach Sam.
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
And we went to the hockey game. It was a very good. It was like an electric atmosphere. Then woke up early in the morning. Had like a 6 o'clock like practice and all that stuff. And it was cool seeing like the whole atmosphere is like because it's their last day before spring break. But
Yeah.
it was cool seeing how like they weren't trying to just go through the motions of getting it done. All of them were there to like still compete and all that stuff. But then after that, we had breakfast and all that stuff, and then after breakfast, I went to the like offensive room with Coach Mauser, the quarterbacks coach, Coach Sam, and they like put up film on what they've done since 2018 to 2025 of like how they involve their tight ends in the offense, and they also brought up like statistics on how much Iowa State used to like how Iowa State has led the FBS in total targets to tight ends since 2018 to
Hmm.
2025, and only the person behind that was Penn State, which is I mean it showed them just like how what they did at Iowa State and how they ran their offense, and they showed a ton of clips on how they would use me in RPO, how they use me in pass games on like one-on-one mismatches, um, and then also just then we watched film on run game stuff, and they said how they just talked to me about how they think I'll like fit in their what they want so perfectly because I'm a three. They said how unique I am is how I'm a three down tight end. I'm very like my size is one thing, and then I could both help in the run game, and I could also
Yeah.
stay in the field and like get a mismatch outside on a small DB and all that stuff. So yeah, and then after that I walked like through like academic stuff, academic support, and then I met with Coach Campbell after that and Coach Mauser in their office for a while. He asked me some pretty good questions. I asked him some pretty good questions, but it was
Yeah.
interesting to see like where I'm at with how much they want me and the importance level too. It was cool seeing that and just getting to know all them throughout the whole like visit and all that stuff. But one thing that probably stuck out to me was in during that film, I asked like a question on what they think I could get better at because like something I want to do is always be getting better. And it
Yeah.
was like it turned into a whole like mini clinic in the middle of the office. We're like all like doing like footwork stuff and all that type of stuff, like practicing
That's
like
awesome.
and stuff, which I thought was really cool. So now I can't imagine how it is on the field. So.
Yeah. It's pretty incredible. You just mentioned how Penn State has such a rich history of producing top tier tight ends. I mean, Tyler Warren to name one, Pat Fryermuth, all the greats. But also now adding Coach Mauser to that staff, he was named the 2025 Football Scoop Tight End Coach of the Year. How do you feel about potentially playing for him?
I mean, growing up and thinking about like the fact I could play with Penn State, is still like unreal. It's like I can't wrap my mind around it. You know what I mean? Like I've grown up watching all these teams on TV and knowing like not like thinking I can play on the TV now is like kind of wild. But I mean, going and playing with Coach Mauser, who's like what you just said, the awards he won. I mean, that speaks about him and his dedication to his craft in a way and what he wants to like. And also, it's like a compliment to myself too. I feel like in a way because it's like he's this elite tight ends coach and he sees something in me and he wants me to be part of his offense and all that stuff,
Yeah, for sure.
especially an offense that uses tight ends a lot too. So I feel like
Mm.
it's very cool in that standpoint, and just like he's an amazing coach too, and just like seeing how much he knew as well and what he likes doing in certain situations and all that stuff was really cool. So.
Yeah, that's so awesome. And I think Coach Mauser, he's got a really great perspective on all that. And I'm excited to see how he brings that to this staff. And it's really great to hear that you're excited for that as well. In high school, you played both lacrosse and football. How do you think that's made you a better athlete? How do you think that's helped you in this journey?
I mean, I think all both. I think the lacrosse skills they transfer right to football, and football transfers right to lacrosse. Like I like just like all the footwork standpoint, defense, like needing to be able to open hips quickly to stay with guys and all that stuff, and especially just like playing both those sports at two very elite levels.
Hmm.
Playing like for Lawrenceville lacrosse, I mean preseason rankings #1 in the country right now,
Yeah.
and then Lawrenceville football, another elite football program with Coach Poe. And then it's just like it being able to do both of those, they help just with like the little things, like the footwork, the like
Yeah.
opening hips, things like that that like normally people like go have to go work individually, like hit the ladder and stuff. I mean, I do that, but also just being there and doing those practicing help it just helps with both sides of the thing. So I mean, they both are just like so compatible with each other of what you need to be able to do that it works
Yeah.
out.
You also mentioned that your brother is a pretty big Penn State fan. Um, how has his support and like the support of your whole family really helped you throughout this journey and throughout this process? Because it is a big decision to make.
Yeah, I mean, both my mom and dad have been so good about it. They do a very good job of guiding me in the correct way. I like for example, I didn't know if I really wanted to go to Lawrenceville, and then they decide they helped me guide me into making the right decision, and ultimately it was probably the best decision I made in my life. But they do a very good job of guiding me, but not forcing me, but guiding me in a very good
Yeah.
way. And then my brother, I mean, he's just like he finds it crazy. He's like anytime I like something happens, he wants to call, talk about it, and all that stuff.
Hmm.
Like just the fact that like he loves talking to his friends and all that stuff about the Penn State and all that, and it's just yeah, he's just another a great like probably my biggest fan. So.
Yeah. Now, is your brother older or younger?
He's older. I'm the youngest
He's
of
older.
three, so I have an older brother who's 24 and an older sister who's 21.
Obviously, Penn State. You talked about how your tour was and all the things you got to see on campus. As well as like the programs and the facility. But what are you looking to major in when you get to college? What do you kind of want to do academically once you get here?
I'm thinking of I want to do either business or communications. Like communications, just because like my whole life I've grown up around sports, and that's I mean I can't imagine living life without it. And so it's like after I'm done doing sports, I love talking about them. I love just getting
Yeah.
involved with them. So it's like that's something I'm very interested in, or just business. Like it's a big major. You can go into a lot of things with that. So
Hmm. I will say both of those programs are great. I mean, I played field hockey lacrosse in high school and came here and knew I wanted to get into sports media. And there's no better, both schools are great options, business and com. So you can't really go wrong there. Um, what is something that you've learned about yourself in this process?
probably just like what I want in a way, and finding I guess what's most important to me in this whole process. I feel like is
Hmm.
like just like what I want in a program, what I want in a coach, like what I want in a school in general, all that stuff. It's helping me learn of like what I want to do, and also I mean it's this whole process is also like making me not grow up faster, but it's helping me mature because this is all a very like big decision you have to make, and
Hmm.
I think that's also another thing too. Is just like this whole process is like you need to handle it properly, and I feel like
Yeah.
you need to be an adult about this whole process, and I think that's something also I'm learning is how to make good decisions and not like make an adult decision and not be like a kid about it. You know what I mean? So.
Yeah. And then last question I have for you. Tell us something interesting about like some fun fact that like Penn State fans would want to know about you.
Oh, fun
Doesn't
fact.
have to be football, it can be anything.
Fun fact. I don't have many special talents. I'm just sports, but
Just for it.
Uh, huh. I don't know. My go-to fun fact is that I'm Estonian, but I feel
Okay.
like it's my nationality, but I feel like that's not too much of a fun fact.
But you
Uh,
don't hear that every day, so
yeah, I played trombone up until middle school, so
okay.
I know my ways around the trombone. Um, I mean, yeah. Other than that, I'm pretty not not much full of fun facts.
Well, those are great. You're Estonian, you play trumpet, so
Yeah, yeah. Trombone.
trombone, not trumpet. Okay, trombone. I'm gonna remember that one.